Before you get offended, please remember that I learned all of these things the hard way and that I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. Actually, no, I'm talking to myself probably way more than I'm talking to you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat and I write children's fiction. Today I'm going to hit you with some more harsh truths about writing and trying to become a published author. So I already made a video about that, I will link it up here. And to give credit where credit is due, I got the idea for these videos from Alexa Dunn, who is great at giving these kinds of pep talks, so I'm going to link her video in the description box as well. Are you ready to have your dreams crushed, but also feel weirdly motivated and uplifted at the same time? Let's go! Harsh truth number 1 about publishing is that some people will have advantages over you. Maybe they have the right connections, maybe their narrative is more trendy at this point, or maybe they already have a platform, maybe they're a famous booktuber or just a YouTuber in general, or maybe they're some kind of actor. So people are more interested in reading their book and not as interested in reading your book, even though your writing is better. So, what can you do about this? You can either try to build the same kind of platform and try to build the same kind of connections, or you can get over it. You can just accept that the world isn't a fair place, that some people will have advantages over you, and just try to do the best you can do. Harsh truth number 2 about publishing is that it's not necessarily about being good, it's about being marketable. So, like I already said in the previous point, books of people who already have a platform are way more marketable. So, they can be bad writers, but they're probably still gonna get published. Or maybe a certain publisher is just really looking for a narrative. Some people are more trendy at a certain moment, or maybe they strike a certain kind of nerve, and it's not necessarily always about being a better writer. Sometimes it's just about being more marketable. So you should really keep marketability in mind if you want your book to sell and to become a commercial success. Point number 3 is that even if you do everything right, you might not succeed. I haven't published a book yet, so I can't tell you this from personal experience, but I have enough life experience to just know that it's true. This is something that's true for all aspects of life. Success is not always dependent on who puts in the most work or who has the best ideas. There are just so many factors that determine success. Sometimes it's just dumb luck, sometimes it's having the right connections, it's striking a nerve. You know, you can see this with startups all the time, for example. Some startups have great ideas, but they still fail. Some startups have ideas that sound really stupid, but they somehow make it. Success is not always about working hard and doing all the right things. So this is just to say, don't beat yourself up if things don't go your way. Of course, you should always think about what you can improve and what you could do better the next time. But just know that it's not all in your control. Harsh truth number 4 is that you're going to have to do your own research. Whether you're going the traditional or the self-publishing route, you're gonna have to do a lot of boring and tedious research. Which word count should you have so that your book is marketable and appropriate for the age group? Which agent do you want to be represented by, and how do they like to receive their submissions? Or if you don't want to be represented by an agent because you want to self-publish, which editor is good and what are normal editing rates? Should you get an ISBN number, and how do you get it? And what about barcodes and printing a price on your book? You're just gonna have to sit down and do your research. And yes, I'm talking to you, Kat, which is me. I'm talking to myself in second person. So nobody's going to do that research for you. You're just gonna have to do it, and then you're gonna have a published book eventually. Harsh truth number 5 about publishing is that self-publishing is not a dumping ground for your book that wasn't good enough to be traditionally published. This might be a bit selfish of me, but I really think that if you put out a bad self-published book, you are ruining things for everyone who wants to self-publish, because you're giving self-publishing a bad name. Self-publishing is for people who have good ideas, but ideas that are maybe too niche to be published. Self-publishing is for people who want to have full creative control over their work. Self-publishing is not for people who have big problems with their manuscript, and that's why nobody wants their book. Self-publishing is not for people who think that they can write a first draft, take that, slap some illustration that they made on top, and then publish that as a book. If you're doing this, you're giving self-publishing a bad name and should be ashamed of yourself. Mistakes happen, it's totally fine. I'm not gonna come after you for even a few typos in your book, but just really make sure to put in the work and to make your book as professional as you can make it. Okay, so this was it for today. I'm sure that once I actually publish my book, I will encounter many more harsh truths about publishing. So if you are published, especially if you're self-published, because that's the route that I want to choose, please leave me your comments about mistakes that you have made, about things that you have learned the hard way, because I'm not only dishing out harsh advice, I can also take it. And I want to know more. So please don't be shy and leave me your comments. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, like it by clicking on the like button. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am planning one more video currently about harsh writing advice, about marketing your book. And just generally I talk about books and writing advice and all the fun stuff. So subscribe if you want to. Also, come to hang out with me on all of my other social media. I will link everything down below. My handle is @KatSperlingBooks, pretty much everywhere except for Twitter, where I'm @KSperlingBooks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!